Welcome. I'm Sonja. This series grew out of questions that have been coming up again and again in my wisdom card circle, especially the questions about disconnecting from people who feel toxic, including family. In this video, I want to speak about a situation many people recognize, even if they don't always have words for it. Chronic boundary violations, not once, not accidentally, but over time and without accountability. Before we go further, I want to say this clearly. If you have tried to communicate your limits, if you have explained what you need, if you have explained and asked for change and nothing has shifted, your exhaustion makes sense. Nothing in this video is about blaming you for staying, and nothing is about asking you to endure what keeps eroding you. What does chronic boundary violation really look like? Chronic boundary violations are often quiet. They don't always look dramatic or extreme. They look like being interrupted or dismissed again and again. Personal information shared after you have asked for privacy. Constant criticism framed as concern. Pressure or guilt when you say no, or having your feelings minimized or explained away. What makes this painful is not a single moment, it's the repetition. Over time, the body learns, I'm not taken seriously here. And that slowly weighs a person down. From a systemic perspective, boundaries are not about control. They are a place of dignity. And when boundaries are repeatedly crossed and there is no accountability, the relationship loses balance. One person takes more space and the other becomes smaller. And something essential, dignity, is lost. So I want to bring in the wisdom card of honor. This is the card that belongs at the center of this conversation. Honor in a systemic sense does not mean obedience. It does not mean silence. And it does not mean staying. Honor means seeing what is true and responding with integrity. When someone repeatedly violates your boundaries and takes no responsibility, continuing to offer access can actually create dishonor towards yourself and toward the relationship. Distance in this case can be a movement of honor, not punishment, not rejection, but truth. How do we address the guilt and the self-doubt? Many people feel guilt when they consider distance. They ask themselves, am I being too harsh? Should I be more understanding? Isn't family supposed to tolerate more? From a systemic perspective, honor does not ask how much you can endure. Honor asks, what is actually happening here and what responses preserves dignity? When boundaries are ignored again and again, distance can be the most honest response. In situations of chronic boundary violations, estrangement is not about cutting someone out of your heart. It is about stopping the slow erosion of self. A clean inner movement might sound like this. I have named my limits. I have waited for change. I now step back, not because I don't care, but because I do. This is not anger. This is clarity. And clarity restores honor for yourself and for the system. So, when is estrangement a good or justified choice? When boundaries are chronically violated, when accountability never comes, when staying would mean continuing to diminish yourself. And from a systemic perspective, distance can be an act of honor, not against the family, but in service of truth and dignity. So when we look at the wisdom card of honor, let's remember that honor begins when we stop pretending something is respectful when it isn't. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and trust the wisdom of your own timing. If this resonates with you, consider subscribing, clicking the like, and then also the notice bell so that when a new video is uploaded, you will be notified. Until then, have an awesome, safe time, and I look forward to meeting you again.